Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a video on Ben 10 Alien Force. Now I'm going to start off with a disclaimer. I have not seen the original Ben 10 series. I saw a couple of random episodes of Alien Force on Cartoon Network when I was a teenager, and I got a free trial of HBO Max and saw the original series was on Hulu, and I already have a subscription for that. But Alien Force and Ultimate Alien were both on HBO Max, so I watched those first. So I'm perfectly willing to retract anything I say in this video based on knowledge I should have had walking into the series. Now, I love Ben 10 in spite of its many flaws because it excels at something so unique, so wonderful, so amazing that I can think of only one way to describe it: the art of being delightfully annoying. Now, what exactly does that mean? What I mean by that is that some of the characters are such ridiculous caricatures that they're so purposefully over the top that they catch your eye and force you to focus and come to terms with some negative attribute in your own life. First, let's differentiate delightfully annoying with just plain annoying. Now, picture Kevin Levin. Oh, Kevin Levin. Sometimes the writing makes me wonder who the target audience is for this show. Assuming it was meant for teenagers who watched the original Ben 10 show when they were kids, but this character is just such a mixed bag. His actions are written extremely well, which makes it even more frustrating because I have to sit through hours of garbage to get to the good stuff. As the show goes on, you see he's a tortured soul who has to battle with the selfish part of himself that had to grow up so fast and take care of himself after all the things that he was going through. And this arc seems like the perfect story for the teenager demographic that they were going for. It's a bit of a darker take on Ben 10's arc in season 1, which is why it baffles me how a majority of his dialogue got okayed. For the first half of season 1, almost every word that comes out of his mouth makes me want to cringe. I honestly almost gave up watching the show. I could barely take it. And I was about to abandon all hope. But then there was a glimmer in the distance, a taste of what the show could do that no other superhero show that I've seen could do so well. None other than Arjet. So this character is a possum slash rat slash porcupine, and he's introduced in episode 4 of Ben 10 Alien Force, Kevin's Big Score. And every aspect of his being, from his visual appearance to his obviously manipulative mannerisms to his extensive record of wrongdoing, to the fact that meets this guy in an abandoned alley. Everything about this guy screams that you should not trust him. And even Kevin Levin instinctively knows he should not trust him. And out of desperation, he still does. It's obvious from every clue we've been given that Arjet will inevitably, figuratively, and literally stab Kevin and anyone else he associates with in the back. And yet the writers were just not satisfied with this. He's not a relatable, desperate man doing what he needs to get out of a tough situation. He's a drained sociopath whose moral compass starts and ends with his own self-gratification. And he's appalled even by the thought of helping someone else. His only motivation is to make himself happy in the moment. Every word he says is so obviously a play to get what he wants. But he's so over the top and so gleefully captivating, you kind of want the characters to agree to help him against their better judgment just to see what he's going to do to them. On top of all this, Arjet is not helpless. He's a formidable fighter and gives a great fight scene. Every second he's on screen is a delight. Not because he's likable, but because he's an amplified version of some friend you've probably had, or currently have, that does nothing but take advantage of you. Just like Kevin, you don't want to admit that the person doesn't care about you, even though you care about them. You justify their excuses because you know they're in a tough situation. You know their compliments are just the tools of the trade to get people to do what they want, and they aren't even very convincing, but they still feel good because you don't get enough positive affirmation or attention in your own life. Arjet exists in this show because Kevin is on a desperate journey in this show to find love and acceptance, and Arjet's purpose is to show us his starting point. Arjet was born from Kevin's motivations. And next in this series, we'll talk about Ben Tennyson himself as we explore the series. But before we get to Ben, let's talk more about other characters who are delightfully annoying. Thanks for watching.